Hello, everyone, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to the live session of every Saturday. Here I come online and live with all of you to address your queries and answer your questions, if any. If you have anything to ask, you're free to drop a comment here on the live chat. And I would like to welcome any kind of question with respect to any certification of ISTQB. And if in case you have any question related to the syllabus, you are free to even ask those kind of questions. That will be very helpful in order to make you understand in terms of preparing your certification and in order to pass your examination. So just make sure that you feel free to put across your questions and let me know if you have any concerns regarding the ISTQB certification. I'm here to address your queries. So like some of the people are joining in and we're just looking forward for any kind of questions in case you have any to be addressed regarding your ISTQB foundation or advanced level preparation. Should you have any question, feel free to drop in the live chat. I'll be addressing your queries here. So one special announcement, meanwhile, I wanted to make here is that the chapter 4, we have statement and decision coverage. The questions are no longer being asked on the programs and pseudocodes. So I would request you to not put enough of your pressure and preparation time on those kind of things. But yes, at the same time, I still recommend a lot of people who keep commenting that is that still being asked in 2018 syllabus? No, it's not being asked. But yes, just for the knowledge, because if in case you get back to your organization and industry, and probably you may have a question to ask about that how do you apply statement coverage and decision coverage within the industries, then it will be very helpful for you to implement that back. So knowledge wise was very important. You may definitely get through the videos to understand it, but from the certification point of view, these type of questions are not being addressed or asked in the examination now in 2018 syllabus. So you may not put enough time and effort required for white box testing techniques, which will be saving a lot of your time and avoiding any confusion, if any, which raises during the preparation. Also, I got some queries and questions with regards to the other techniques. Like people keep sending me a lot of queries with respect to the statement coverage and decision coverage itself. That this is a program, and how would you have a statement coverage or decision coverage of this? What would be the number of minimum test cases required to have 100% coverage? So team, you have to be slightly careful with the tutorials which I have uploaded. The tutorials have very simple examples of conditions and very simple examples on pseudocodes. So you don't have to go beyond that. The very big problem what we have today is the sources for different question banks or mock assessments which are available online. And generally, when you go there, you may find a lot of questions which says that it is being covered in the syllabus, but no. But if you get into the official syllabus of ISTQB, it does not give you any idea on what kind of programs can be asked. Rather, it does not even give you a calculation-based understanding. So you may not get idea, and it's very common that people may get confused. And that's the reason I'm addressing this query here on this live session, that it is not beyond the basic simple if and else statement. It doesn't get into the for loop or do while or any such kind of thing. So please ignore those things. All my queries which comes on my different videos and tutorials, I reply to them stating the same thing, that these kind of questions do not appear in ISTQB Foundation. These are either advanced level questions, or they are not at all involved in ISTQB completely. So please do not worry about that anymore. So those who are listening to this, just make sure that you do not get into beyond the if else condition. But good news is that now the pseudocodes are also not given in the, so you may actually ignore those type of questions, but prepare on the theoretical part of the ISTQB white box testing techniques, which is actually in chapter 4. Additionally, to add, yes, chapter 4 and chapter 5 covers a lot of questions from the examination. That is, at least 20 questions will be there from chapter 4 and 5 together. So yes, chapter 4 and 5 plays a vital role, and it's really important to have a good preparation with respect to that. Again, before I move to any other question, I would like to thank all the people who keep sending me text and dropping comments stating that I have passed the examination. I would like to wish all those viewers and all those aspirants who appeared in the examination and referred to my tutorials. Thank you so much for that and shared a valuable feedback as well. I'm really grateful to all of you. But at the same time, I would like to congratulate you for your achievement. That yes, it was not alone me who gets the credit for the entire thing, but yes, there are many such people who are having on the other side equal preparation from their end to make this successful. So yes, it's equally your effort which is required to have the preparation being done. No matter my tutorials may be helpful to you or sometime may not be helpful, because not everyone can actually follow the videos and tutorials. So it's really important for all of you to have your equal presence in terms of addressing those queries and have a self preparation before you can hit the examination. And that's really important for all of you to have equal effort put right beside the video tutorials which you follow before you go for the examination. So that's very, very important. And the equal credit goes to you when you succeed in passing the examination. So yeah, so please take care of that, and just make sure that you feel free to let me know any kind of question, any kind of queries arising while you are working with the preparation of the certification. So another comment which came up recently was about chapter 3, that there are a few techniques which are there, like the techniques, review techniques, which are recently introduced in chapter 3. So it's really important to look into that or not. So let me just tell you, it's exactly important because chapter 5 earlier in previous than 2018 didn't have any considerations on the review techniques, but when it came to 2018, now it has the coverage of the review techniques as well, like ad hoc, perspective based, role based, and scenario and dry run. So yes, you will have at least one question from that section as well, that how these techniques are being applied in the practices of conducting reviews. So you must make sure that the reviews are including the review techniques as well. So that's very, very important. And do look into the types of review. It's really important to have the differentiation between the reviews, because very commonly the board asks you to create the differences and select the right option. Okay. So yeah, we have one new comment coming up here is that, can you explain test automation architecture in simple terms? Okay, so when it comes to test automation architecture, it's basically it comprises of everything put together. Now, the test automation architecture is like how your automation is going to actually run. Now, it's just that setting up an environment for it to run, and the architecture basically requires that how your data will be called, how your script will be, involved, how your script will be actually running. So one is script, second is test data, and third is the environment. So additionally, similarly, there are a lot of dependencies which happens from different perspectives. So when it comes to test automation architecture, it's just not that simple and easy that you can just procure a tool from the market and you can just deploy it within your organization and start running. Now, when you yourself, like personally, start learning any tool, it's just that simple that you have to get a tool, download it from online sources, and install it and start running. So that's easy and simple. But it does not happen the same way when it comes to implementing the same in the organization. Sometimes your process may be very complicated and does not allow to entertain any software within your organization. So software process, the making of that particular thing, is very important to be also understood, because your tool may invite a lot of data to be available at any point of time, and it may require you to have certain set of data configuration parameters. How do you want to call your data, either from the text file or probably from the Excel sheets and all, and maybe it might be on the servers, how you're going to interact with your product, what kind of protocols are being used. So everything put together is what you call it as an architecture. And setting up that architecture or creating that architecture depending on type of product which you're going to test and type of tool, that is automation solution, which you have, is really important. So yeah, considering all these factors, you can say that this is what is called as a test automation architecture, which must be built in the right way. So I hope that addresses your query. All right, you're welcome for that. Okay, so let's take another comment which came recently on one of the videos. It was talking about the a lot of techniques related questions are coming up recently. A lot of people share examples. So I'm going to work. Recently, I didn't get much time to work on my Q&A playlist. That means I promised you that I'll be kicking off with a playlist which will be exclusively for question and answers. Those who comment, and probably I don't want to give a detailed explanation there based on a theoretical approach by just replying to the comment. So I decided to create a playlist which will have exclusively videos based on your requests or questions which you ask with respect to techniques or any other thing. So there are a lot of questions which are coming. So I'm going to spend some time from this week to take up those questions and create the resolution in terms of video-based solution and provide you the explanation for your queries and questions which come up. So you can expect that kind of questions and responses on videos in between whenever I come across any kind of question. So I'll just try to put a little more effort to make sure that I'm available and responsive to you as early as possible. Another comment which I got is about that how to prepare for the examination, like what would be the best approach to do that. And the comment which came was, I have finished the syllabus 2 times, and also I have been through your tutorials, so will that be enough to prepare for the examination? Yes, of course, Radhe, it is going to be very helpful if you have been through tutorial at least once, and on the other side, if you have been through the official syllabus, because official syllabus which you find on istqb.org is very equally important in terms of addressing and answering the theory-based questions. The only problem what we have with official syllabus is that the technique part, the chapter 4, is not covered in detail, that how these techniques work and how this is actually applied. So you can just go through that in terms of preparing on your theoretical based questions, because not only techniques but rest other questions comes from the theoretical based concepts. So I would recommend all my viewers and listeners that preparing on the syllabus at least once is fine. If you can get through the syllabus one more time, that's very good and highly recommended. But yes, the tutorial will give you a crisp knowledge of not everything might be concentrated on, and thus you may actually confine your preparation for the examination by going through the videos-based tutorials. So one is the syllabus, which will build your foundation, and the tutorial will guide you or create that orientation towards the examination. So both of them would be one time prepared, will be best in terms of getting ready for the examination. Additionally, over that, you can look forward to have your own set of number of days for the preparation time in order to hit the examination before you can go. Okay, so another comment coming in here that hello, may I seek your advice? What is the best approach for someone who has no IT background to go about to study for CTFL foundation level examination? Okay, so if you have this question, I would rather say that when it comes to foundation level syllabus or examination, there is, to be frank, there is no prerequisite, and we do not have any criteria or preparation required before hitting the CTFL. If you are from a non-technical background, that does not bother or does not create a criteria for you to get started with the preparation. The only little thing you may face a little challenge is when it comes to white box, and now that also has been completely eliminated. So you are not going to deal with any kind of technical stuff during the preparation of foundation level certification. But of course, when it comes to advanced level syllabus, then it is really important for you to know some of the technical concepts. Like one, when you talk about the technical test analyst, you talk about the specialized certifications like usability, performance testing, test automation engineer, and many such things will be requiring a good understanding of technical knowledge or IT background. But right now, you are good to go. You can start preparing because it's completely just like the domain understanding and does not have anything specific to technology. So you can prepare very well, and you can look into the tutorials, which will be very helpful for you because the tutorials are created in such a way that it helps anyone, no matter what kind of background you have. It will help you to prepare your certification examination very well. Okay, there's another question coming in from Jerry that does the automation architect is responsible to deliver test automation strategy, tasks, and test automation architecture? Yes, exactly. When you talk about the test automation architect is the key responsible person to do all this kind of job in order to prepare and set up the environment and everything else in terms of architecture to set up the automation solution. But yes, the architect will be someone who will be guiding in terms of preparing the environment. But yes, the engineers, the automation engineers, will be highly contributing in terms of making an effective strategy or test automation solution or the architecture itself. So yes, you may need support from your automation engineers, and being an architect, he will be the right responsible person to do that job. It's just like the same way you can relate it to the test manager and test engineers. Test manager alone cannot make an effective estimation or effective plan for the entire testing lifecycle. He or she may need a lot of support from the testers to contribute to make a plan effective and roll into the grounds. So the schedule, the activities, the time required for that, everything the test manager alone does not make a decision. Probably needs a lot of contribution from the team member to make an effective outline for that. So yeah, that would be the role of architect, but yes, would require contribution from the test automation engineers as well. Okay, so team, if you have any other questions, just feel free to drop it here on the live chat. I'll be picking up that and addressing your queries right there so that you can have your solutions right in front of you. So just feel free to drop your questions. I'm going to respond that right here on this session. So if you have anything specific which you'd like to know, you are free to just let me know. Anything else to deliver by the test automation architect apart from TAA, TAS, and strategies? Uh, Not exactly, because these things are the only one which actually gets covered as a part of it. So there are many such minor things which will be delivered by architect, but it is one or the other way covered under the automation architecture or solution or strategy. So one or the other way, everything gets covered within that. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, there's another question coming in here, that how about domain-specific ISTQB certification as automation engineer in automotive for Bluetooth? Which one should I do? Okay, so in that case, I would have a suggestion in terms of, like, for example, if you are in automotive, because I see a lot of terms here, so I'm probably a little confused. Because if you say automation engineer, we do have a certification for automation engineers. If you are an automation engineer in automotive, I would recommend you to go for automotive certification as well, because that will add a lot of value to your domain specific certification. And on top of that, you can look forward to have automation engineer certification or automation tester certification, which will certify your professional work and career. So the most important, if you look at different certifications, some of them cover the domain specific, some of certification cover the role specific. So when it comes to automation engineer, it is role specific certification. But in the list of specialists or like specialized certifications, you see that there is another one, like, we talk about automotive, you talk about usability, you talk about mobile testing. So there are a lot of domain specific certification as well. So I would recommend, in any order, you may take automotive first and then automation engineer, or you can take up automation engineer and then go for automotive. But still, because I have been working with a lot of automotive organizations like Continental, Bosch, and all, and they have generally asked me for automotive based certifications and training to be provided there. So I would recommend the domain will come first. If you're certified with your domain understanding, then the automation tester can be helpful following that. So I would request you to go ahead with the automotive certification first, which will cover most of the things. And there are a lot of standards to be covered as a part of that syllabus. And that would be very helpful for you. And following that, you can look forward for the automation engineer certification. Okay, can I have your mail ID, please? Yes, definitely. Why not? So you can reach out to me from the channel page as well. My email ID is available there. If required, I'm just dropping it on the chat as well. So anyhow, whenever you have any questions, just feel free to let me know and drop me a text or mail, and then I'll be there to address your queries and answer them well. You're welcome. Definitely it's my responsibility and pleasure to assist anyone who is having a question, and if I'm able to help you well on that. Yeah, just let me know if you have anything in your mind. Just utilize the opportunity which we have right now, that is talking to each other together, and I'll be happy to answer your queries and give you that justification to get a better clarity and orientation in order to proceed ahead with your preparation. So just feel free to let me know. Okay, another comment which I have from the regular chats that is on the videos. So I would like to take that. One of the participant, or not one, I can say, there are many others who have always asked me about a letter-based equivalence class partition system where the charges are based on the amount or weight of the consignment. So that's a post office kind of example. So a lot of people have been asking me that question, and I tried to provide that theoretically by creating the classes and mentioning that over the comment. So I would like to let the viewers know that yes, I'll be creating a sample video on that as well, additionally over other technique sample questions, and putting it in the playlist, which is ISTQB Foundation Q&A. So you will find all the questions there, which you asked me over the comment. I'll create a video-based tutorial and solution to your comment question and then put it there. So you can follow that playlist as well in case you need more questions on techniques and sample question or more questions there. Yeah, another one coming here. A lot of noise is coming. Yes, I cannot say it. For some people, it is happiness. There is a construction going on near my house. So, yeah, there might be slight disturbance. And for them, obviously, it is very excited that they're happy to make their home and they're going to get ready. But for me, it's actually a disturbance. So I cannot make any comments about that. But I'm sorry for that. But yeah, probably you can bear with me for a few days and then we will be probably done with this because it's almost about to close. Okay, there's another one coming in. Hi, I'm studying ISTQB certification online, soon to take the exam. Can you give tips and thanks? Okay, so tips, of course, when you look at the sample questions, it's really important that you read the question carefully before you can actually uh, take a decision that what is the question all about and pick up the options. The generic tip which I always give to all my participants and learners, that the syllabus is simple, the syllabus is easy, and not have anything complicated. Thus, the examination will not be straightforward. And the examination will be very tricky in terms of understanding the question. If question is fine, understanding the options. So there are a lot of such examples in my tutorials as well, where I would have highlighted that just one word may turn the meaning around. And it's very, very crucial to read the question with patience. Remember, team, when you are in the examination, the patience plays a very vital role in order to read the question, understand the exact meaning behind that, and then get the objective of the question, that what exactly they're trying to ask you. Once they are done, look at the option. An option may also be a little tricky, so it is really important for you to understand that what each option means. And once that is clear, then you may come back to by your final decision. So for example, they may use words like not, that this is not an objective of testing. Now, when they use this word not, a lot of people skip that when they are actually reading the question. So it is very important for you to read it patiently and understand. Otherwise, your answer will be other way around. And when you come out of the examination, you probably say that everything was right. I understood everything and gave the right answer, but still I could not pass. The reason is you didn't read the question carefully. So it's very crucial and very important in order to make sure that you have read the question carefully, understood it before you even look at the option. So that's most important. Then when you read the option, what if your right answer is A itself and you are very much confident? Still give an attempt to B, C, D to make sure that the other three options are not correct before you pick A as your right answer. Because you never know when the other option will be more stronger, because sometimes in their questions they make use of such words that which one is the best example of, or which one is the most important objective of, or most likely to happen at this point of time, or most likely to be included in a defect report. So when they use the word like best or most, that means all the options may sound similar, but there is only one which is right and which is the best thing to be applied at that point of time. So yes, reading the question carefully will give you a better idea and clear objective that what is that you are being asked about and what would be your right answer. And that would be the best way to clear the examination during the examination time. Okay, there's another one coming. Please give tips for online exam. This is new. We are finding, but how well this works. Can you give information? Okay, now we have, due to the pandemic, ISTQB have come up with the preparation in order to do the proctor-based examination, where someone will be live with you like an instructor, and he will be monitoring you or she will be monitoring you during your entire journey of the examination. So you need to be very safe in terms of not switching the tabs or not moving into any other application while you are appearing for the examination, because this application where you are actually attempting your question and examination is well designed in order to track those movements. So if you are trying to move your eyes or move your face towards anything else, your exam will be terminated then and there itself. So other than that, you can't be very smart in terms of having another tab open which may give you answers for the questions or something. No, there are question papers which are uniquely created every time, and it's very sometimes not possible that you may have anything from the dumps or the mock papers or sample questions. So it's not always important that the sample papers will be repeated. They may change the values and they may have different questions. So just switching the tab in order to search on Google or any other banks or source of information may terminate your examination. So please do not do those kind of things. Just be confident on your preparation and hit the examination. You will be having complete access to that, and then obviously pass your examination. Okay, there's another one coming here. When do we get exam result after exam? Okay, so Poonam, the examination will be conducted online. So generally, when it is conducted online, some of the boards are giving the result instantaneously. That is, the moment you submit the exam, an instant result will be displayed on your screen. But now, due to some new features which have come in the proctor-based online examination, the result may be sent to you over the mail probably after 2 or 3 days of the examination, just to re-evaluate your observations or monitoring of the examination and then give you a result for that. Because sometimes the system may have some issues or may crash, so probably it may take a lot of time to do that. But if you are doing it individually at the same time, then maybe you can get results within few hours as well. But at most, it will take 2 to 3 days to get your results when you are appearing right now using online mode. Okay, there's another question coming in about automation syllabus, that in the automation syllabus and also in your training session, I see SUT is referred as an SUT instead of a or the SUT. Is there any specific to this error? I'm not sure about that. It's nothing specific about this, that SUT is called as an SUT instead of a or the, because we do understand and vowel is used here, and vowel is not used here, and should not be there. But yes, when we are saying and, it's just because it is unique. It's not going to be something similar that which you have done earlier, and thus they are referring it to as an SUT. That means it is something which is unique every time. Probably that's the best thing what I can give it to you right now. Okay, so there's another comment I would like to take up. Hi, sir. I'm staying in Singapore, and here CTFL exam costs around $399 Singapore dollars, whereas in India it is just 4,300. Is there an option to write online by registering in India? Yes, of course. You do have an option, Shreyas. Surya. Surya Power, you can actually apply for ITB, and ITB can now conduct examination. Subjected, you do have your board, like no matter where you are, but you have to give a local address when you are registering for the examination. See, when you are appearing for any online examination, nobody can actually tell you that, okay, where are you right now? Okay, it all depends on which address you provide. So if you have a local Indian connect, like your family members or relatives stay here in India, then you can give that address while you're registering for yourself and give your address proof of the Indian entity like driving license or voter ID or whatever you have from India, or probably the passport which you'll be having from India. So you can give that address as the ID proof, identification proof, and address proof as well. So probably you have Aadhaar or whatever you have, and then while registering use the same Indian address to enroll for ITB, and that's it. You can schedule your examination, and do not mention in any discussion, any conversation that you are in Singapore right now or something. Just follow the timeline and schedules just to make sure that you are available at that point of time and write your examination. So you can take up very well. All you have to do is, instead of visiting Singapore Testing Qualification Board, you have to visit Indian Testing Board website. Okay, so yeah, by that you can do it. Of course, I do understand a lot of other countries. I do have delivered, more than 26 countries so far, and I know the cost is very expensive compared to India, to all other countries except India and Pakistan. So India and Pakistan has cheaper cost compared to all other countries. But yes, so a lot of people, even people who are working in, the Europe and America, they come back on a vacation to India, then they take up a training with me and they write the examination here itself and then go back to their workplace again. So yes, anybody would love to save a little money if they can, and this would be the best thing. Yes, you can do that. Just make sure that you visit istqb.in. I repeat, I'm also mentioning on the chat so that you can have it for your reference. istqb.in is the ITB website. You can go there. So on the menu, select foundation and drop down, select exam schedule, and you can schedule that. So you can just enroll yourself for ITB. Another important thing which comes to my mind when somebody asks me about the tips here, that how important the time management is, because time management plays really a vital role. It's very crucial that when you spend a little time to understand the questions and options well and give the right answer, and you might have to review that once again, then make sure that at the same time you're not compromising with your time limit. You have generally, in general cases, you have 60 minutes to answer the 40 questions. So approximately 1.5 minutes to answer each question. So your time management should be very important at that point of time. When you are working on certain mock assessments, make sure that you keep a timekeeper next to you and run that timer when you are attempting a mock test, and see that whether you were able to answer all the questions on time, whether you ran out of time, or which chapter took a lot of time during that preparation or attempting of the mock test. So mock test must not be seen only in terms of getting the sample questions or answering that. It should also help you to address the mock assessments and then evaluate your scores after you are done with that and see that, okay, this is where I got stuck. Let's repeat that. Let's go through that tutorial once again, get a clarity on that particular part of it, and then take the mock test too. Then mock test two, again, keep a timekeeper and 60 minutes, and then again see how well you are able to address that. And then, similar way you should actually approach and have the confidence. So that will be the best thing you were able to, you can have as tips and tricks. And some of the techniques will help you. Some of the ideas are there. Even chapter 3, I would have highlighted some of the points. So a lot of tips and tricks are there within my tutorials itself. Additionally, these are some common approaches which you must follow and take care of while you are preparing for your examination. Okay. Thank you so much for your reply. Helps a lot, sir. Preparing exam with your videos only. Thank you so much for that. And it's just not that I do not tell any of my participant that you have to completely rely on my tutorials. I always give that wings open on in the sky that you go to any website, come back to me, let me know that question, let me know that concern. If you find my tutorial conflicting with syllabus, feel free to let me know so that I can make it better for you or probably give you a better justification on that so that you have a better clarity about the content. So I do not want to confine any of my participant and viewers that you are just supposed to be limited to my tutorial and should not look for anything outside. You're just free to look forward to anything and just get back to me to get any kind of justification and support over that. Okay, so yes, so you are free to refer those and let me know if you have anything beyond that. So team, feel free to comment anything if you have any questions, anything running in your mind about the certification examination, be it foundation, be it advanced, or any certification of ISTQB. Just let me know your concern, and I'll be there to address your queries and answer them well. Just let me know by dropping a text here, and I'll be picking up that and discussing it here right away. Even in case you have any suggestions in order to make the channel more better and more helpful for your preparation, you are free to drop me any kind of suggestions to do that for you so that it can help you to do your preparation very well. So yes, you can go ahead and let me know your suggestions and probably feedbacks in order to make the channel more better. Okay, there's another thing coming from Surya, that is after CTFL, next exam will be Scrum Master. Okay, or can we go to PMP? I am working as a business analyst as of now. Okay, so if you're working as a business analyst, I don't see any scope for you in terms of Scrum Master, because Scrum Master certification is more driven towards Scrum Master role itself, and business analysts do not play that. Because being a business analyst, you become product owner in an agile environment. So Scrum Master is not your cup of tea. So you may look forward for a PMP certification, but that is also more like a management, completely management driven, but does not talk about a technical role. So when you talk about ISTQB or agile or testing of a product, it is more a technology driven role. So you must look forward to get certified with rather safe. Safe certification would help you to get more value and recognition into the market, where safe is the safe agile architecture, and that certification adds a lot of value in terms of your business analysis role, and also helps you to address a lot of high profile jobs in terms of getting a product owner or getting more of the technology driven certifications will add more value to you. So today PMP is completely let out to those people who are having like sales manager role or team manager role, which is technical as well as non-technical. So I'm not saying that PMP is not at all applicable for you. You can take a PMP, but PMP does not accredit or like does not say that okay, fine, you are a qualified technical manager. You're just a manager. So yes, PMP can be taken. It's your choice, but it's not going to help you in the technical world. It's just going to add a little value in your resume, but not probably in the technical journey to become or move into a product owner or a senior for the position. So yes, in that case, you may probably look forward to get safe accreditation or maybe agile certifications of ISTQB or the technology specific which you're working on. If you're working on Salesforce, get Salesforce certification. If you're working on SAP, get the SAP certification. Citrix, Azure, whatever, what kind of technology you're working on, get certified for that. That will be more helpful compared to Scrum Master and PMP certification. And anyways, I won't recommend that you turn into a Scrum Master later, because I think the coming up generation or coming up technology trend may not require a Scrum Master at all. So, I won't recommend that right now. Rather, I would recommend the technology specific certification which you are working with will be more helpful in terms of making your future bright. I hope that addresses your query and answer that. Should you have anything else, team, feel free to let me know. And even if you have any suggestions or any feedback in order to make the channel more interactive, more helpful in your preparation, just to drop me a chat. And I'm here completely dedicated for you for an hour time to address your queries and answer them and help you understand certain context, certain content very well. So the questions here can be related to anything about your examination. It could be preparation, it could be content, it could be a sample question, in fact, and anything about the certification exam process or the career path. You are free to just let me know in case I can help you. I'll be very much happy than ever. Okay, now I get it very clearly that you say you are working as a manual tester, end-to-end testing in a bank now, so would be better for me to go in that way, like a program delivery team to be precise. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be the best thing for you. And probably if you're a manual tester still, I don't know how much years of experience you have. You may look forward to move into automation as well and get automated or automation certification following that. So if you are still a manual and probably looking forward to be a manual tester, then you may look for rather technology specific certification. Or else, if you're looking for anything on the automation side, get automation certification, or probably automation certification of specialized one after foundation, and then go back to your technology specific certifications to add more value. Yeah, that would be the right path for you. So team, anything else you have, just feel free to let me know. I'm here to address your queries. There's another 10 minutes, around 10 minutes to go. And I'll be happy if we can just utilize this the best and address your queries at any point of time in order to help your preparation well and pass your examination. It's all my pleasure, Surya. Thank you so much for sharing your query, and I'm really happy that I could answer your query and help you. There's another one. Hi, where we can find the CTFL recent mock test to practice. Officially, you may find it on the ISTQB.org. ISTQB.org is the official website of ISTQB, and that's only the place where you can find the genuine mock assessment papers or mock test. There you will find 3 versions of mock assessments. You can pick up that and prepare your sample questions or templates of the real-time examination exposure. So you are free to download that from there. If not, you may go to any of my video, and in the description you would find my slide share page. And on the slide share page, you may find the similar mock assessment papers. So by either way, you can actually download that, and you can also get the answers of those mock assessment in a different file, of course, that we don't give the answers together. So you can get those recent mock tests from there. And that's just the standard mock test. You don't get them every now and then. So that's one for all. They will upload it once, and then you will have it forever there. Okay, another comment coming in here that, hello, sir, I have 5+ years of experience in testing, and I had clear ISTQB Foundation exam. So now, can I do Scrum Master or Six Sigma certification? Okay. You may look forward to have a Scrum Master certification as you come from a testing background. That would be more beneficial for you in order to proceed ahead with a specific role of Scrum Master in the organization. Moreover, Six Sigma is another option to make more of a quality oriented. I don't know what kind of experience you have, because it does depend on that. When it comes to Six Sigma, it is more of a quality oriented certification, which adds a lot of standards and a lot of good process improvement learning, and making that contribution to the organization process model and maturity model. So Six Sigma will add value from there. So that's one thing. But yes, Scrum Master is something which you can actually move ahead with, because you are into completely as a testing based role. So Scrum Master you can look forward to. But still, for you also, I would recommend similar thing, that if you are working on a niche technology, like something like the cloud services or security testing or probably performance testing, I would request you to go more on those kind of certification, because that will enhance your experience knowledge into the certification and allow you to have more better opportunities and climb up multiple steps at the same time to reach different destinations. So yes, you can look forward to those kind of things. All right, thanks. Your videos were really helpful to me, sir. Thank you so much for that valuable comment. It really helps me to keep inspired all the time to keep up the good work and help all of you to prepare well for the examination and see you pass the examination with flying colors. So team, if you have anything else, just let me know. I'll be here to address your queries and answer them. And all you need to do is just drop me a chat, and I'll pick up your question and address your query. So do not hesitate. Just let me know if in case you have any query to be addressed, and make most out of this opportunity of having a live interaction with me. And I'll be really great to respond to your queries and answer them. Any suggestions, any feedbacks are also welcome. If you have any to, just help me or improve that for you in order to make your preparation more simpler and more interactive, so that you can have better confidence with respect to the syllabus and content. Okay, so there's another query coming in about the examination schedule. I'm planning to give ISTQB test in September. Can we check time slot right now? Now it is on the request basis. Is coming from Venkat. So Venkat, this is the examination now which is happening is based on request. So as you make the payment, they will schedule an examination for the next few days for you. So it's not really required to check the slots right now, and it is always available for anyone, so you don't have to worry about missing the slots, because now we do not have a standard slot. So every time you are going to appear, or any time when you apply for this, they will have a standard slot available for you. So they will give you at least like 3 to 4 days of time in terms of fixing the examination, or probably 10-15 days as well. So when you come to your preparation end, or when you are about to complete your preparation and start gaining that confidence, I would request you to reach out to your respective board, or like I think I find you more on the Indian side. So you may say you can reach out to Indian testing board and request them for the available slots. So they will let you know that the next examination for you, or the default available slot is probably after 5 days or 10 days. Then you may write them back stating that I'm looking for a little early slot, or probably a little later. So they will help you to customize your slot without any additional cost. So you should not be worrying about right now, because I think this is the first week of August. And if you're writing in September, you still have at least a month to go. So you don't have to worry about scheduling your examination right now. Maybe at the end of August, you can reach out to ITB and schedule your examination. If required, probably like most of the working people also appear for the examination, and it would be really important for them to take on a holiday, or probably on weekends. So you are free to request them by stating those reasons, that I'm a working professional and I am looking especially on the Saturdays, and these are the Saturdays which I'm available on. So they will be very well happy to address such queries and reschedule your examination. So just feel free to let them know how and when you want your examination to be conducted, and they will address your query and answer them. Okay, I hope that meets your expectation and query. So anyone else has any more question or anything to address, anything to answer? We have just few minutes more to go, and I'll be calling off this live session, as it's just for an hour time. So make sure that for the next week you prepare your questions well, and be there with your questions. I would like to thank all the members who were live here and actually shared their questions, and made this live session more interactive in order to answer your queries. And it was really my pleasure to address your queries and answer them. And I'm really happy to see that a lot of people have a good time to interact and ask questions. So yes, making most out of this opportunity is really important. That when someone who has the knowledge of the other side of the ISTQB can really help you, and that's the reason I recently started that. Last week only I started with these live sessions for every week. So weekly once on Saturday, 4 to 5 p.m. I'll be available live to address your queries. So if in case any one of you have any questions, just make a note of it, prepare it, and be there ready on the live session to address your questions and queries. So I think that's all from here. I would like to thank each one of you present here on the session, those who joined and made it successful. I really thank to you to be present as a part of this session and making it successful. I'll see you again next week. Should you have anything, feel free to let me know by commenting any questions and queries below. I'll be very happy to answer and respond to them. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep understanding the content. Thanks for watching the video or being live. Happy learning.